Take a good hard look at your dashboard. You probably think you know exactly what every single button and switch does. Think again. Modern cars are rolling supercomputers, and to keep cabins looking sleek, automakers deliberately hide your vehicle's most vital emergency overrides and mechanical fail-safes right in plain sight. Dealerships will never tell you about them during a test drive, and your owner's manual buries them deep on page 300. Today, we're exposing the ultimate undocumented long press commands engineered into your vehicle. Knowing these secrets won't just save you from daily driving frustrations, they could literally save you from being stranded with a massive towing bill. Let's unlock the hidden architecture of your dashboard. 1. The tunnel mode emergency seal. Let's start with something you touch all the time. You know the air recirculation button, right? The one with the little car and the U-turn arrow? Press it, and a servo motor shuts the outside air intake. Basic stuff. But if you drive a European car, think Mercedes, BMW, Audi, VW, or Porsche, that exact same mundane button is hiding a totally undocumented piece of engineering known as tunnel mode. Picture this. You're cruising on a crisp spring day with all 4 windows down and the sunroof wide open. Suddenly, you hit a massive construction dust cloud, or you get stuck directly behind a diesel dump truck blowing thick black smoke in your face. Stop panicking. Just reach over, press, and hold that single air recirculation button for about 3 to 4 seconds. Boom! The car's body control module registers the sustained press and triggers a global emergency seal. Every single window rolls up simultaneously, the sunroof snaps shut, and the fresh air intake locks. You are instantly protected in a sealed bubble. Once the air outside is safe again, hold the same button down for another 3 seconds. The computer remembers where your windows were before the emergency and automatically rolls everything back down to the exact millimeter. It's absolute genius. 2. The shift lock release override. Next up, look really closely at the center console next to your gear shifter. You'll likely see a tiny, fingernail-sized plastic square. To the untrained eye, it just looks like a cheap cosmetic plug. In reality, it covers one of the single most important mechanical emergency overrides in your vehicle. Modern shifters use a heavy-duty electromagnetic solenoid. When you park, a solid metal pin drops directly into the transmission's mechanical linkage, locking the shifter solid. Stepping on the brake sends power to that solenoid, magnetically pulling the pin out. But what happens if your battery goes completely dead, or a tiny brake light fuse blows? The lock fails in the engaged position. You are permanently, mechanically stuck in park. A tow truck driver cannot even winch your car onto a flatbed without dragging and destroying your tires. Engineers knew this nightmare scenario would happen, so they built a bypass. Pry off that little plastic cap with a flathead screwdriver or the hidden key inside your smart fob. Underneath is a physical slot. Shove your key down into that slot and push hard. You are manually levering that metal locking pin out of the transmission linkage. While holding the key down, grab the shifter. You can now freely pull it out of park and into neutral, allowing you to safely push your dead vehicle out of traffic. 3. The RFID dead fob lifeline. Push-to-start ignition systems are everywhere now. Key in your pocket, foot on the brake, press the button, and the engine fires. It feels like magic, but this system relies entirely on constant radio frequency communication, powered by a tiny, cheap watch battery hidden inside your fob. Eventually, that battery will completely die. Sure, you can use the hidden metal blade to manually unlock the door, but when you press the start button, nothing. Your dash flashes a terrifying "key not detected." Without battery power, the fob can't broadcast its security code, and the immobilizer refuses to turn on the fuel pump. Do not call a tow truck. Every push-to-start car has a hidden failsafe. Deep inside that fob, next to the dead battery, is a passive RFID transponder chip. It requires 0 internal battery power. Hidden behind your dashboard trim is a copper induction coil antenna. On most Toyotas, Hondas, and Chevys, it's wrapped directly around the engine start button itself. To start the car, take the plastic back of the dead key fob, press it completely flat against the start button, and use the fob to physically push the button in. Driving a Ford or Dodge? You have to hunt down a dedicated dead fob slot. It might be under the center console rubber mat, inside the glove box, or at the bottom of the cup holder. Drop the dead fob in, hit start, and you are good to go. 4. The Gauge Cluster Dimmer Twist. Ever pick up your car from a mechanic or a car wash and find that driving at night is suddenly unbearable? Your screens are glaring at maximum daytime brightness, ruining your night vision. You dig through complex touchscreen menus, drag the digital brightness slider all the way down, but the speedometer stubbornly remains blindingly bright. The solution is hiding right in plain sight. Look at the clear plastic cover over your speedometer. Protruding straight out is a small black plastic stalk. Almost everyone assumes it only resets the trip odometer. Gently twist this stalk to the left, and the dashboard lights will instantly dim down to a comfortable glow. So why was it stuck on max brightness? Because if you twist that stalk all the way right, you'll feel a distinct mechanical click. That click is a hardware override, forcing the dashboard to remain at daytime maximum indefinitely, even when your headlights turn on at night. Mechanics accidentally bump it all the time while wiping down the steering column. A simple twist backward unclicks the dial and restores your night vision. 5. The Window Anti-Pinch Calibration Reset. If you've ever had your car's main 12-volt battery replaced, you might have noticed a bizarre glitch. Your automatic windows suddenly stopped working properly. Most modern cars feature auto up and auto down convenience switches, but after a battery disconnect, the window loses its memory. You have to physically hold the switch down the entire time. Worse, the critical anti-pinch safety feature, the software that reverses the window if a child's hand gets caught, is totally disabled because the computer forgot where the physical top of the door frame actually is. Dealerships will absolutely charge you a 1-hour labor fee to reprogram the body control module. Don't give them your money. The master reset switch is right on your door panel and takes 10 seconds. Turn the ignition on without starting the engine. Roll the buggy window completely down and let go. Next, pull the switch to roll it up, but do not let go. Once the glass hits the absolute top of the frame, continue holding that switch firmly in the up position for exactly 5 seconds. Right at the 5-second mark, you might hear a faint click inside the plastic door panel. Release the switch, and your auto-up convenience and vital anti-pinch safety protocols are permanently restored. 6. The Climate Sync Software Override. Dual-zone automatic climate control is great for preventing road trip arguments, but it creates a deeply frustrating daily annoyance. Imagine you're driving alone. You want the cabin at a comfortable 68 degrees, but the last time you drove, your freezing passenger cranked their dial up to a blistering 82 degrees. The HVAC system is now incredibly confused, blowing freezing air on your face while simultaneously blasting furnace heat out of the passenger vents. To fix it, you normally have to lean across the wide center console, taking your eyes off the highway to manually click their dial down. It's annoying and unsafe. Depending on your brand, simply press and hold the climate control's primary auto button for 3 to 4 solid seconds. On other models, hold the driver's side temperature dial inward or hold down the recirculation button. Once the computer registers this long press, it executes a global sync command. The passenger side temperature instantly snaps to match the driver's side. From that moment forward, turning just the driver's dial will simultaneously adjust the entire cabin in perfect unison, locking the system together until a passenger manually adjusts their dial again. 7. The electronic parking brake emergency stop. The heavy mechanical handbrake lever is rapidly going extinct, completely replaced by a tiny, unassuming electronic pull switch sitting near the cup holders. Pull it, and an electrical signal commands motorized rear calipers to squeeze the rotors. But we need to talk about safety. The old heavy lever was an actual emergency brake. If your primary hydraulic brakes failed, you could grab that lever, drag the rear tires, and forcefully stop. It is terrifying to think about how you would stop a modern car if the brake pedal suddenly goes to the floor and all you have is a fragile electronic button. You might assume yanking that switch at 70 miles an hour will instantly lock the rear wheels, throwing you into a violent, deadly spin. In reality, the engineers designed something infinitely safer. That switch is tied directly into your anti-lock braking system, ABS, and electronic stability control. If you experience total hydraulic brake failure, reach down, continuously pull, and hold the electronic parking brake switch up. The computer recognizes this sustained signal as an emergency declaration. Instead of blindly locking the wheels, it commands the motorized rear calipers to aggressively squeeze the rotors while rapidly pulsing the ABS force dozens of times times a second. This rapid modulation prevents the rear tires from skidding, letting you maintain full steering control while safely decelerating in a straight line. The moment you release the switch, the emergency braking stops. 8. Global window actuation via key fob. Finally, there is an incredibly powerful set of hidden commands related to your windows that you can access from entirely outside the vehicle using your smart key fob. If you live anywhere hot, you know a car parked in direct sunlight effectively becomes a greenhouse, easily reaching 140 degrees inside. The traditional method is miserable. Open the door, blast the AC, and stand outside sweating while waiting for it to cool down. You can actually vent all that superheated air before you even reach the vehicle using the global open command. As you walk up, press the unlock button on your key fob once. Then, immediately press it a second time and hold it down continuously for about 5 seconds. The computer receives this sustained radio command and triggers all window regulators simultaneously. Every window will roll down, and on many models, the massive sunroof will slide open too. By the time you reach the door handle, the suffocating wave of trapped hot air has vented out, cooling your interior in half the time. Conversely, let's say you left the windows down and a thunderstorm suddenly rolls in. Don't jump in the car and turn the ignition on just to roll the windows up. Extract the physical metal blade key from your fob, insert it into the exterior door lock, turn it to lock, and hold it twisted for 3 seconds. This analog override sends a direct signal to roll every window firmly up and seal the sunroof from the outside, instantly protecting your interior without needing the engine. The greatest tool you have in your vehicle isn't under the hood. It is your fundamental understanding of exactly how the machine operates. Take the time today to sit in your driveway with the engine off and actually test these commands. If you found value in this deep dive, if learning about the emergency stop made you feel safer, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our automotive secrets. Drop a comment below. Which of these 8 hidden buttons did you actually already know about? Drive safe, master your machine, and I will see you in the next video.